Hey V team, it's Adi. Hope you all had a great weekend. We've got a big week here at Verizon, and I want to start off by giving a few updates about our hurricane response. So over the weekend, Tropical Storm Ian developed into a hurricane, and Verizon's response team is getting ready to keep communities and our first responders staying connected. Verizon has a fleet of 500 portable assets, which includes generator-powered cell sites to support our network coverage. And also, our Verizon Frontline Crisis Response Team is prepared to deploy in to support public safety agencies nationwide. And on Friday, Verizon pledged $100,000 to the American Red Cross to help assist disaster relief efforts in Puerto Rico following Hurricane Fiona. If you're looking to make a donation, Verizon customers can text Red Cross to 90999 and Fiona to 20222 to make a one-time $10 donation. Over the weekend was the big Global Citizen event, and our Chief Corporate Social Responsibility Officer, Rose Kirk, took to the stage with our favorite Ville student, Manu, whose story we showcased last week on Up to Speed. So let's take a look.
Joining me today are two of the program's alumni, William and Manu.
So Global Citizen is a philanthropic music festival that ties directly into our Citizen Verizon volunteer pillars of human prosperity, closing the digital divide, and protecting the planet. And just this morning on Good Morning America, we showcased Horton Elementary School in Newark, New Jersey, where we just opened a brand new Verizon Innovative Learning Lab. We were able to show how Verizon Innovative Learning has impacted students like Manu on her future career options and underscores our longstanding commitment to closing the digital divide in education. And there's more. As we heard last week, Verizon Innovative Learning is celebrating its 10th anniversary, and Rose has a message highlighting the impacts this program has had. Check it out.
I cannot believe that it's the 10-year anniversary of Verizon Innovative Learning. Frankly, when we created this program, we were really focused on how could we just bring technology and a technology-rich curriculum to a few underserved schools in America. 10 years later, we have impacted more than 1.5 million youth. We are in 500 plus, almost 600 schools around the nation. We have school districts in which 100% of the middle schools are all Verizon Innovative Learning schools. It is impressive. And then when you think about the fact that we just built a platform that gives you access to technology that you can utilize no matter where you are in the nation, no matter where you are teaching K through 12th grade students. So it is an impressive 10 years, and I think it speaks to a company that is willing to set a strategy in place, to execute that strategy, scale that strategy, look at the impact, the real life impact that you are having, and stay the course. It is impressive work. I am so proud to have been there at the inception and so proud to still be leading this initiative 10 years later.
All right. Well, that is such a great initiative. Big thanks to Rose and everyone involved with Verizon Innovative Learning Lab. Such a great program. All right. Well, have you been keeping up with our 3 Questions With series? Well, today we get a chance to sit down with John Granby, our SVP of Home Readiness and Orchestration for Verizon's Consumer Group. John spoke to our very own Steve Van Dinter about his and his team's responsibilities, C-band, and more. So let's check that out.
Hey V-Team, for today's 3 Questions With, I've got the pleasure of sitting down with John Granby. He's our Senior Vice President of Home Readiness and Orchestration for Verizon's Consumer Group. Now, John has a lot of responsibility. Now, I got to look at my notes for this one. His team is leading the cross-functional oversight over the planning and governance of our consumer home internet solutions, and he's the primary point of accountability and coordination for the wireline strategic operations. Welcome, John. That is a mouthful.
Thanks, Steve. It's good to be here, and it is a mouthful. But you were pretty eloquent in what you just said.
Well, thank you. Okay, so I went through all the technical part of it, but in layman's terms, what are you all responsible in your teams with regards to what you've been tasked with?
Listen, as you know, Verizon is a highly matrix organization. And if you think about our Fios business and our fixed wireless access business or home broadband in totality, there's some 60 different groups within Verizon that have a hand in our success. And so with that comes a lot of necessary coordination and orchestration. That's what my team is designed to do, is to bring all of those great resources together to deliver a quality service for our customers.
All right, that is a lot. So if you were to talk about kind of the big projects you guys are working on right now, what would those be?
Look, number one for us, it's been about C-band expansion. Our network team has done a tremendous job of building a nationwide network, and we're continuing to launch sites every single day. The second piece is making sure that we coordinate all of the go-to-market efforts, so ensuring that our sales teams are really armed with being able to support our customers the way that we need to. Think about our service teams as well, kind of the same things, making sure as we learn with this new technology, we're giving our employees the knowledge and tools to be successful.
That's great. And how does this tie in with Verizon's overall strategies?
Listen, we said we want to be a national home broadband provider. We've done a great job over the years in our Fios business in the Northeast. Now we're expanding that across the entire country. And so this fits directly into our aspiration of being a home broadband provider on a national basis. We think we can be the biggest, baddest broadband provider in all the United States.
I like that. I can't wait for that billboard, biggest, baddest broadband provider. That's got a nice ring to it. What would you say, how are you progressing right now with that, and how can the V team as a whole help you guys achieve your goals?
Listen, we're off to a tremendous start this year. You know, we're about to wrap up the third quarter, and we feel really good about the progress that we've made across our home broadband business. But we've got to finish strong, and then we've got to turn our sights to the fourth quarter of the year. We've done a really good job of building that nationwide network. The network team has done a tremendous job. Our sales teams and their capabilities continue to improve and increase. We're seeing more and more customers adopt our services, whether that be Fios or our home broadband outside of the Fios footprint. So we've got to keep the momentum going. Every single day, week, month, quarter, year, we've got to go bigger, bigger, and bigger.
I'm hearing you say we're disrupting on the daily, is what you're doing, right?
It's an incredible space for us. You know, being the largest mobile provider in the country, often we're attacked by our competition out there. This is a space that we can now attack, and we're not the incumbent outside of the Northeast, so we've got to have this insurgency mentality, and the teams have done a really good job of that.
Well, that's great. And I know our sales teams are super excited to get out and sell that. I know, word of mouth, too. If you've had a chance to try the product, it's an exceptional product. It's providing options to people that don't necessarily have internet options. So I think I stand with the rest of the V team when we say we are ready to support you, we're ready to spread the word, and we'll do what we can to get that out across the country.
Listen, Steve, that's exactly what we need. We need every single V teamer out there talking about our home broadband services, making sure that we're qualifying customers, our friends and family and loved ones, so that we can get more adoption. But we're off to a good start. We need to do more.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, John. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right. Biggest, baddest broadband provider. I love that. And I love this 3-question series because it just gives all of us V-teamers a chance to really learn about a new area of the business we might not be familiar with and get to know our leaders as well. So thank you so much for that, John and Steve. All right, well, coming this week, we've got some very exciting news from Las Vegas, where Verizon has a leading role at Mobile World Congress, which is North America's most influential connectivity event. Krista Bourne, VCG's Chief Operating Officer, and Aaron McPherson, Verizon's Chief Content Officer, will be delivering the keynote of Mobile World Congress Las Vegas on Wednesday, highlighting how 5G is powering the entertainment revolution. They'll have some exciting news about partners and products coming your way, so stay tuned for more. And you can live stream the keynote and catch all the exciting announcements at the link in today's story. In addition to the keynote and after the launch of Enterprise Intelligence last week, executives from VBG spoke in separate sessions relating to Verizon's network superiority. Topics ranged from how mobile is transforming the logistics industry to closing the digital divide, what's hot right now in the connected world, and how 5G is transforming the future of music. Lots more to come from Mobile World Congress, and we're wishing all of our leaders at Verizon the best of luck. Well, that just about wraps things up for today. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you all have a great rest of the week. And until next time, you're up to speed.